I'm Gregory Rogers, and this is my first aid kit. The first thing in my first aid kit is an elastic bandage. It can be used to wrap around things to localize pressure. The second thing I put in my first aid kit, I kind of added on my own. It's a cold compress. I just figured this would be really helpful and handy for any first aid kit. Third thing in my first aid kit is Germ-X. This can be used when soap and water isn't present. The next thing in my first aid kit is a thermometer. This can be used to take the temperature. You can either put it under the tongue or you can take the temperature under the armpit. The next thing in my first aid kit is a Clif Bar. It's high in energy and it's high in protein. This is the triple antibiotic ointment. It can be used to prevent infection and scrapes, cuts, and burns. Next I have the Q-tips. These can be used to apply the antibiotic ointment to any cut, scrape, or burn. This is my bag of medicine. The red pills are ibuprofen, which is used for pain relief. The white pills are Tylenol. This can be used for pain relief or a fever reducer. The average adult should take two or three of these pills. The Tums are right here. This can be used as an antacid. Next I have Kleenex. This can be used as a replacement for like a cloth. Next, every first aid kit should have a source of light. So I have a finger flashlight. This will help you see to do whatever you need to do to their patient or victim. Next in my first aid kit, I have antiseptic wipes. These are used to clean any wound. Next in my first aid kit, I have Band-Aids. I have big ones and then the smaller ones. This way I'll be able to cover any wound so it doesn't get infected after it's been thoroughly cleaned. This is a disposable lancet. It can be used to remove splinters. This is a non-stick gauze pad. It can be used to absorb liquids and it won't stick to the wound. And it can also be taped onto the wound as a bandage. These are smaller gauze pads. These can be used for dressing a wound. These are scissors. These can be used to cut things such as my elastic bandage in my first aid kit. Next I have my little clippers. These can be used to cut any smaller items. Then I have tweezers. Tweezers can be used to remove any small items you find in like a wound. Here I have tape and a wooden stick. If you wrap the tape around the wooden stick under your finger, you'd have a splint. The tape can also be used to hold other items in my first aid kit steady. This is my first aid manual. This can be used to answer any other questions you have about first aid. And this is my first aid kit. It's in a collapsible plastic box.